It's immediate gratification with pastel. You put it on your paper or your surface, the color is exactly what you see is what you get, and it will stay that way. It doesn't fade with time. They're not going to dry to a different color like watercolor or acrylics or oils may. So you know what you're getting when you put it on there. When you make that choice of whatever color, you put it on there and it's only affected by the other colors around it. I love working with pastels. And as you can see, I have quite a few. This is the tip of the iceberg. They all have different strengths and uses. I don't use them all the time. I do have favorites, but as you can see there, it's like going to a candy store when you're looking for pastels and you see all these beautiful colors. When I was in high school, I had a box of pastels that I just used infrequently. 2006, I started back here at the Art Center actually taking classes, and I originally began using oils. I took a workshop that was plein air, meaning outside, with Rosalina Doe in the Lower Cape, and we were out at Pleasant Bay, and I was painting in oil, and she came over and took my painting off the easel and said, "You are done, the light has changed." And I thought, what? Because I'm sort of a slow painter. And she suggested that I try pastels, so I brought out this box that I had since high school, and I was hooked. I started looking for classes and workshops in pastel, and I also started amassing my collection of pastels. I was sort of looking for something besides landscape. I enjoy landscape, but I wanted to start with something else. I was on vacation in Maine, and I saw a robin's nest in a birch tree. Little did I know that I would continue on and on with it, but it all started with that nest. And then gradually over time, people started giving me nests, and I would be driving along the road, and I remember one time specifically, I stopped in Sandwich, pulled over into the conservation area in September and walked over, and there was a nest full of eggs. My interest in the nests in particular is in capturing light and capturing movement. And there's a value in doing a series because you get to know it, and you don't have to struggle as much setting it down because you've been there before, and experience is your friend in art because you've done it over and over again. But what I try to do is find a different way to look at it each time. So sometimes it's altering the surface. I can make my own surface or use sanded paper. I can use a paper called Canson that's textured. Or I can vary the colors or the method that I apply the colors. What I'll do is I'll step back, take a look at it, see if there's anything else that I need to do. I have to be careful because I just love making marks with pastel, so this is a sort of dangerous territory because I can get carried away sometimes. The tree paintings that I work on, I have done throughout the time that I've been painting with pastel, and I keep returning to them. I think that trees are almost having their own personalities. I enjoy the line, I enjoy the movement, I enjoy the way it makes me feel when I walk through the woods and I see trees. I enjoy seeing the light on the trees. I enjoy hearing the quiet of the rustling of the branches and leaves. That's what I'm trying to convey when I paint trees. I take a lot of photos, a lot of photo references, and often will drive around my town of Sandwich to take pictures of trees and landscapes. I approach them different ways. So I may use colors that are unexpected, but it's the way that that day made me feel. So if it's a very active fall day where there's a lot of light patterns running through the woods, I will convey that in my painting with a lot of mark making and a lot of maybe what people would consider crazy colors, but they appeal to me. Other paintings, I will use a different surface, so that, for instance, there's one that shows, New England Pink shows the fog on a mountain with trees, and I used Canson paper so that the surface of the paper would come through to indicate fog. So I think that was successful. Another one, I used black paper as a surface so that the end of the day colors would be even more spectacular. Hopefully I give each painting a personality.